find out life's this game of inches. So is football. Because in either game, life or football, the margin for error is so small. I mean, one half a step too late or too early, and you don't quite make it. 1/2 second too slow, too fast, you don't quite catch it. The inches we need are everywhere around us.
Welcome into the Gibson Fantasy Football Podcast.
Yep.
Guess who's back? Back again. And he's back.
Tired and Aki's back. Just coming
Tired
off
and yeah.
night
Yeah,
shift.
you're not as hyped as normal, but we'll take it.
Oh man, literally woke up like half an hour ago, but we were ready for the podcast, man. We're always ready.
Duty calls.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man, I'm glad to get you back on here, and it's nice to be on a week that we both won because that
Oh
always
yeah,
brings the joy.
smiles all around, man. Smiles all around.
Well, we're here. It's week 13. We're recapping, which means we're going into the last week of the regular season. That's hard to believe.
Yeah,
But
that's
we'll
crazy.
start out with we talked about us winning, so maybe we'll get that done and over with out at the top here. So you had quite the matchup this week. It was
I had a scary one this
looking
week,
kind of
man.
dicey, man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
third.
I think
Go
it
ahead.
was on the I can't remember when the Lions played. I think they played on the Thursday, right? Or
Yeah,
I don't know. There were some weird games this week. It was weird, but yeah, the Lions. Fucking Aaron got off to a freaking crazy start, man. Like Las Vegas, fucking Bowers' tight end went off 25 points as a tight end. I was getting scared. I was like, holy shit. And then Montgomery, like he's been good all season. And then fucking who else went off for him? I think it was was I think at the beginning he was up like 50 points, I think, at one point. Like just to the first game. Thursday. I think
yeah,
it was the Thursday game.
yeah.
I was getting scared.
He had some huge performances right out of the gate, and you didn't get too much from JMO. You got a nice day from your kicker, but
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, it was getting dicey.
Yeah, I was getting dicey, and then the big guns went off for me.
Yeah. Yeah, he kind of fell off the map as the Sunday wore on. Tank Dell did jack shit. Kenneth
Yeah.
Walker got hurt late. Taysom Hill got hurt. Houston's defense that was looking pretty good ended up giving up 20 points to the Jags. And so things started to shape up a little more in your favor. And then it came down to that Sunday night game where you had 4 players to make up like, I don't know, 40 points or something. And
40 points. Josh Allen, man, that was a crazy Bills game. Holy crap. What a game, man. Like I thought that was I mean, you were watching it. It was classic Buffalo weather. Fucking full snow. Everyone was just flip-flopping around everywhere.
it was like
Crazy.
kids in the backyard, man. It's like being a kid and then just running around trying to play football in the snow. Everybody's slipping, people can't tackle each other.
Yeah, it was a good day for the Bills, man.
And Josh Allen, I think he might be the first quarterback to ever throw, pass, or throw, catch, and run for a touchdown in the
Yeah.
same game.
I know that's a crazy stat, man. That one, that play, was it the final play? I can't remember if it was the final one. I think it was, but
The
what a crazy fucking, what a crazy play, like
the
to
Amari
get that
Cooper one.
touchdown, man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah, that was nuts. That was when you knew, like once you saw that, it was like, oh my goodness. This
Oh yeah,
this Bills team is just rolling tonight. Everything's going their way.
yeah, it was freaking crazy. And then yeah, I had some help with. I mean, Shakir, I've been upset with lately because he has
Yeah,
not been doing jack shit for me. But Kyron Williams had a really good bounce back week,
he
and
did.
Irving, man, Irving fucking went
Oh,
off.
Jesus.
Yeah,
185 yards and a tutty. Jesus Christ.
crazy, crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, you got a couple of big ones because if not for Josh Allen, I mean George Kittle disappointed. Shakir disappointed. Buffalo D was good, but yeah, he definitely was the key to your success there at the end of the week and closing out that win.
Yeah, man, the big guns got to play when the big guns got to play.
Yeah, because your Vikings haven't delivered in the same way, right? I mean, Justin Jefferson, 7 for 99. You can't be too upset about that. But yeah, I mean, you had Aaron Jones on the bench even, like you didn't even play him, right?
Yeah, I've been I had to go different this week, and I was glad I did. Honestly, it kind of saved me. 'Cause if I would have put fucking some of these other guys in, like Aaron Jones. If I would have put him in, he wouldn't even have come close to any of the points that Williams or Irving put up for me.
Yeah, yeah, you've been kind of tweaking your lineup as the weeks have gone by here to try to find the perfect formula, and it looks like you might have found something with those two running backs.
Yeah, yeah. A lot of people or a lot of teams this week got hurt with buys, eh? I think this
Yeah,
next
well,
coming week or whatever. But yeah,
this
lots of
coming
buys,
week.
lots of injuries.
So we'll jump over to mine, which it was interesting, man. It was stressful. I had Achan go off for a pretty good game there on the Thursday nighter, and then Friday
Yeah,
he had Myers go for 12 points, which was more than I thought he'd get. Fortunately, Pacheco didn't do much, and so I was thinking, you know what? All right, I'm in good shape. Things are looking pretty good. And Sunday, man, whew, it was like touchdowns, 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 like Jaden Daniels and then Jamar Chase. And then I got one from Bijan Robinson. And then it was
yeah,
flowing. And then all of a sudden, the turning point of all people was fucking Houston was driving and they threw a touchdown to Dalton Schultz. Guy hasn't had more than 8 fantasy points and has 0 touchdowns on the year. And he goes off for 15 against me. I was like, son of a bitch, if I lose because of Dalton Schultz, I'm going to be so mad.
yeah.
It's like,
It's crazy
uh,
turnaround of events. I mean, you had Justin Herbert in instead of Kyler Murray, and Jesus, Justin Herbert let you down there.
oh man, easy matchup. He just kept stalling. And then because their defense got 4 turnovers against Kirk Cousins, their offense
Yeah,
stopped trying. And so he just stopped throwing the ball.
yeah,
But yeah, that was brutal. He played like shit. And then going into Sunday, it was like, okay, there's still a chance because I had Puka and I had AJ Brown and he had Barkley, and it was like, okay, you know what? If and the Philly D, and I was like, well, if AJ Brown and Puka both have good games and Baltimore hangs like 30 points on Philly's D, then maybe I'll be all right. And unfortunately, they just kept giving the ball to Barkley and not AJ Brown. And then he broke off a late touchdown run in the fourth quarter. And I
yeah.
texted Justin and was like, "Congrats, man, you got this." Right? I was just like, "It's not gonna be good." And one of
Oh,
the things that helped was Baltimore actually scored a touchdown and a 2 point conversion, or a touchdown at the end of the game, just to take
yeah,
three
it hurt
points
his
off his
defense.
defense. So that helped. But yeah, I was down 25 points going into the Monday nighter. I had Denver's kicker and Denver defense, and I was already upset about the Kyler thing. And there was 2 kickers I was looking at. One was McLaughlin for Tampa Bay, and one was Parker Romo on your
Oh yeah,
Vikings. And
yep.
I decided to pass on them. And I was like, man, I should have played the kicker. I should have played Kyler. I could have been in good shape and just needed like 6 points from my defense. And now I need a miracle. And so I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna go to bed. I'm gonna hope my Broncos win. I'll wake up in the morning and see what happened. And holy shit.
Dude, it was a crazy turnaround. Like,
Oh
oh,
my goodness.
your freaking
41 to
Denver
32.
Broncos, man, on defense, like that saved you so fucking bad. Like,
Woo!
and your kicker, man, kicker was good too. Like,
He was.
put up 11 points. That's what you got to
Five
trust in your
extra
team,
points
man.
from 5 touchdowns.
Yeah, it's insane.
Yeah, no, it was I mean, they gave up 32 points, but 3 sacks, 3 interceptions, 2 of them for
2
touchdowns.
touchdowns.
Like,
Yeah. What a crazy game by Denver, though. Wow.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
that
they
was
bailed me out.
definitely the comeback of the week for sure. That was a crazy, crazy comeback. We haven't seen that in a while, actually.
No. No, I didn't think I had a prayer. It was a little bit reminiscent, sorry to bring it up, of the crazy Joe Burrow second half that Jay had against
Oh,
you, where it was
yeah.
like we all worried about Burrow, but then the first half was shit, and it was like, oh, you've got this in the bag, and then like right
Second half
just down to
Burrow.
the wire. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's just one
brutal.
of those where it looks like it's over and it's not. So we'll talk about what that does for the standings here in a minute, but we'll get to a few other matchups. Cash and Dawn, I mean, things started out fairly tight because,
Good.
Thursday she had DJ Moore go off for a big game. She went and went the Chiefs defense, who gave up a lot of points to the Raiders. But yeah, things were looking pretty good. Jameer Gibbs only had 9 points, and it was kind of shaping up to be a potential upset.
Yeah.
Cash got a big day out of his defense, and then all of a sudden Sunday came around and the touchdowns started flowing, and you know Najee was rolling, and Pickens was rolling, and Sutton got in the Denver game, and Kamara had a day. And Dunn didn't have too bad of a week. Part of it's too because McCaffrey got hurt again and left early.
Yeah. That's
Um,
tough to see, man. Tough to see.
so that number one pick just continues to bite her. But yeah, I mean, Cash with the highest score in the week would have literally beaten everybody. So can't really
Yeah.
fault Don on that one.
Yeah, Donaldson didn't get really anything from Cooper Cup. Like,
Yeah,
uh,
yeah, that was a weird game, man. The Rams almost lost that game.
yeah, that was a really weird game.
And the
New
Saints are a
Orleans is a
shit
weird
team.
team this year too.
Yeah, and they lost Taysom Hill. Like I figured the Rams would be able to just move the ball, but their defense couldn't get off the field and they kept stalling. So
Yeah.
it ended up being a lot closer than it should have.
Yep, good old Cash getting some fucking points from Andrews again.
Yeah.
uh,
And then Krager gets the all important win against Brody. So he had 0 players playing on Thursday or Friday, whereas Brody had Amon Ra play, CD Lamb play, Josh Jacobs play, and the Detroit defense play. And aside from
yeah,
Jacobs, none of those really worked out too well. Um, and then one of the biggest keys in this matchup, in the end, I don't think it would have mattered, but Brody dropped Russell Wilson to go grab Bo Nix, and Russell Wilson had
yeah,
414 yards and 3 touchdowns. So that was a tough
tough.
one. That didn't work out. And I mean, Kreger, just loyal to a fault to that 49ers defense, man. It's
I
like,
know. I don't know. He's
I don't
the
know what he's
negative
thinking.
four.
Yeah. So last week they played Green Bay and they got him -2 points. And he was like, you know what? Buffalo's a good team, but I'm going to go back to the well with the 49ers defense. And they're like,
Oh,
oh, hold my beer. Let me tell you how bad I can be.
yeah, yeah.
-4 points.
-4. That's tough. Back-to-back weeks.
Yeah. They've lost him 6 points in the past 2 weeks. Like, dude has got to get a new defense, man.
Yeah, yeah. He's coming out on top though, man. He's coming out on top. He's hanging in there.
He literally would have been better to leave that spot empty. Like,
Honestly, yeah. Yeah, he would've. Two weeks in a row, honestly, we didn't have a
yeah,
defense.
don't play defense. Like,
That's funny.
what a flex.
Oh,
Last
yeah,
but
and then
not
this
least
last
was
matchup.
the King spoiler himself, who we'll talk about later. I have to play, but Jay
Boy,
continues to ruin people's day. Takes down Ryan, man, and Ryan stuck with Goff this week on the Thursday night game or Thursday afternoon game. Left neighbors
mm,
in there who actually did pretty good, and then had the Dallas kicker who did all right as well. And Jay, really didn't have too many people get going there until the weekend. But yeah, I mean, Ryan, most of his players did all right. Chuba Hubbard had a terrible game. Derrick Henry was kind of good, but not great again. It's another
yeah.
game where the Ravens just struggled on offense and couldn't get things going. So Philly really, stout defense. James Cook had a huge one in that night game with that 75-yard touchdown run, but
Yeah.
ultimately, fell short because I mean Jay had one of the higher scores on the week.
Yeah,
I think
he
it
had
was
a
the
good week this week.
yeah. So I mean Burrow, you expect it, but Evans went off. Marvin Harrison caught a tutty. Taylor found the
Yeah.
end zone. Brees Hall, he didn't do much, but Jonu, who's been on fire, and even Stevenson went over 100 yards. Plus the Steelers D, 4 sacks, 2 fumbles, and a touchdown.
Yeah, 15 points from his defense there. That's
Yeah,
just that's a rough one for Ryan, I think.
yeah,
Baltimore's defense just like not really doing anything. Derrick Henry's actually that's 2 weeks in a row. He hasn't got a touchdown either.
yeah, yeah. This
Yeah.
after he went like 11 straight games or something, or 10 straight games.
Yeah. I mean, you never doubt the king though, dude. That guy's gonna bounce back.
No, and they're going into a bye, so I mean he's an old fella. He
Yeah,
could probably use a week off and come back, get
very
ready for
true.
the stretch run there. So I'm sure he'll be a difference maker down the stretch.
Yep, yep. Should be a good one, man. All right.
So we talked about Cash with the high score. The low score this week was unfortunately Brody. And
Brody.
89.66. I mean, it's not that bad of a score compared to what we saw earlier in the year, but unfortunately, he gets the loser of the week crown this week.
Yeah.
So standings, we you know what? We might as well get into we can do it now. We'll do a quick run of the standings, but we'll talk more about that in the playoff picture. So you hung on to stay 9-4, and then there's a three-way shuffle here of Cash, Justin, and I at 8-5. Kreger moves to the
Yeah.
head of the pack at 7-6, and then Ryan and Aaron are tied at 6-7. Don 5-8, Brody and Jay 4-9. So even though like we know certain teams are eliminated, and we'll get into that, I mean 9-4 versus 4-9 is the best and worst record in the league. That's only 5 games, man. That's really tight.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. I had a couple bad weeks there, courtesy of Jay, unfortunately.
I'm telling you, man, he's been playing spoiler. I'm not excited to play him this week. I'm like, fuck.
Yeah. Oh, it's a tough one.
Yeah. Um, the leaders, of course, Jameis Winston, the like
Oh yeah.
497 yards, 4 touchdowns, and 2 pick sixes. That guy's just
Just insane.
yeah. If you got the balls to throw him in your lineup, you never know what you're gonna get, but you could get that.
Yeah. That's insane.
uh, Jaden Daniels went off, and Josh Allen we talked about. Bowers we talked about, and Joku caught 2 of those touchdowns from Winston. Jonu Smith for Jay's been on fire. Your man Bucky Irving, my boy Bijan, and then Najee for Cash.
Yeah.
Judy, who I grabbed off the waiver. McLaurin, who had 2 tutties there, and Keenan Allen, man. Yeah, Caleb Williams and the Bears on that second half against Detroit, they were on fire.
Yeah, they were going, man. They were going.
Starting to look better. And then,
Still
of
not
course,
great though.
no, they're not right, but they're good enough to at least be watchable now.
Yeah, that's
Of
true.
course, my Broncos led the way on defense, and then the Chargers followed that up with the 4 interceptions against Kirk Cousins, and then the Cowboys for cash. The
Yeah.
Cardinals kicker Rylan, the always faithful Boswell, and then McLaughlin, who I grabbed off the wire. So pretty well, some different names mixed in, mostly the Browns, and then my Broncos defense from that game, but otherwise kind of
Yeah.
whoever you'd expect. So what do you want to do? You want to do? I guess we could do the matchups pretty well at the same time as the playoffs because they kind of go together.
Yeah, we'll do both of them there because this playoff picture is looking. The scenarios are pretty fun.
All right. So let's start at the top. So none other than you, 9-4. So this is where things get interesting. So you're locked into the top 4, which
Yeah.
spoiler alert, there's actually 4 of us locked into the top 4. Um, so if you win, you get the 1 seed because nobody can get a better record than you have.
Yeah.
But as it currently sits, you have the lowest point total of the top 4. So
Very
if
true.
you lose, then people can try to catch you if they win. So if you were to lose, but one of me, Cash, or Justin loses, then you'll get the 2 seed. If
Oh,
you were to lose, but two of us, only one of us loses, you would drop to the 3 seed. And if you were to lose and all three of us won, you could go to the 4 seed.
wow. That's a crazy that's a crazy thing to happen, man.
So you are literally you're the only one that controls your own destiny to finish as the 1 seed. You win, you
Yeah.
get the 1 seed. But if you lose, you could fall to second, third, or fourth, depending on what happens with the other 3 matchups.
Good news is I'm against Brody this week. Bad
Yes.
news is I'm against Brody this week.
Yeah.
I think most of my losses have come. I can't remember who I know. I lost to I lost to
Right.
Kreger. I lost to
Dawn, I
Cash.
think, got you.
Yeah, Dawn, and then I lost to someone else
Jay,
got me. Oh, Jay. Jay got me. Yeah,
the Burrow week.
the Burrow week. Fucking Burrow week, man. Fuck me. Oh God. Yeah, that's a
So,
crazy. That's so like basically, if I lose, I either go from 2, 3, or 4, depending on
yeah.
if you, Cash, and Justin win, and then I just
Well, I guess,
basically need to win this week to get first
yeah.
seed.
And I guess that's the other thing to mention. There is a scenario where you lose, but all 3 of us lose, and you would still stay the 1 seed.
Wow. Yeah, that's
So
true because
there's,
all you guys would go 8 and 6. Damn,
yeah.
there's a lot of possibilities for this one seed,
There's
man.
so many possibilities.
Oh
And so it
boy.
continues, right? So Cash is at 8-5, but he has more points than Justin and I. So he's the 2 seed right now. So
Yeah.
if he wins, he'll get either the 1 or the 2 seed. If he wins and you lose, he gets the 1 seed. If he wins and you win, he gets the 2 seed. If he loses and either you, Cash, or you, me, or Justin lose, if 2 of us lose, then he'll still get the 2 seed. If
Oh,
only
okay,
one of
gotcha.
us loses, then he would go to the 3 seed. If all 3 of us lose, he would still stay, right? But then if we all win, he could also drop to the 4 seed.
Wow, that's crazy, man.
And
Top
then
two teams could literally go from anywhere from 1 to 4 with
and
different
it's not
fucking
over. So then
opportunities.
Justin is
Oh
also 8 and
god.
5 and has the third most points. So if he wins and
Oh
you
yeah.
and Cash
So
lose, he gets
one
the 1
sec.
seed.
So Cash's scenario. So he's against Ryan this week, and
Yes,
Ryan actually won the first matchup. So we'll
he
see how
did.
that goes.
Yeah. So yeah, we could pause for a second between to see. So yeah, so you got Brody this week.
Yeah.
We'll take a quick look at sort of he's got some missing pieces, some guys kind of banged up. That is one of the things that you've got a nice scenario of here because you're really not missing anybody on your bye weeks.
No, no. I think all my bad weeks pretty much are done.
You got Zay Flowers, but you haven't really been playing him anyway, so that doesn't really hurt you
Yeah,
too much.
he'd be staying on the bench this week too, to be honest.
Yeah. And Brody loses Terry McLaurin. Now I did see he picked up Keenan Allen, and he's got
Oh
Rico
yeah.
Dowdle on the bench. So we'll see if he makes some moves here. But
Yeah.
Lamb and Jacobs are beat up, and he's gone with Caleb Williams as his substitute quarterback after trying to trot out Bo Nix this week. So
Yeah.
um,
Yeah, I have a
for you
tough decision
guys,
to make actually for I got Kyron Williams, but he's against Buffalo, and I don't know how I feel about putting him in. So I don't know. We'll see.
mm,
My lineup might change, but it's not set in stone yet.
you know what's tricky about that? So this is one of the things and I've been doing this with Bijan and the Vikings, is it's a bit of a
Hmm.
mind fuck because if Kyron
Really
Williams scores a touchdown, it's good for him, but it means your defense loses
bad
points.
for the defense. Yeah.
And so like you can't be happy completely, right? So you're
Yeah.
kind of like
Yeah.
it messes with you. You're like, oh, I hope the Bills D have a good day. But they don't completely shut down Kyron, but he gets lots of points, but maybe not a touchdown so that it doesn't ruin my defense. And it's like you end up just spiraling like
I
a dog
know.
chasing his tail, being like, oh my goodness.
I think that's going to be a game time decision, probably. That's going to probably
Yeah.
be a game time decision because they play the 4 o'clock game. So I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah. You'll have some time, and you both have players in the Thursday night game because you got
Yeah,
Jamison Williams and he's got Amon-Ra St. Brown and Josh Jacobs, and currently
yeah,
his Detroit defense. And you
yeah.
got
I
your
got I
kicker.
got Bates. Yeah, kicker
Jeez.
as well. That's gonna be this is gonna be an interesting match, man. Fuck.
Yeah. Lots of action on Thursday in yours.
Yeah, should be a good one.
So we talked about Cash and how he's taking on Ryan, and so they've also got some action on Thursday because Ryan's got Jared Goff to go,
Mhm.
Jameer Gibbs for Cash, and then that's it as
Yeah,
of right now. Now they're both uh, Ryan's. Oh, he's got a defense. He just hadn't put it in yet. He's got Arizona to put in, and then Cash needs to pick himself up a kicker because
yeah.
Tucker's on a bye.
Tucker's
But
on
this
a.
is a good week for Ryan because Cash has no Lamar Jackson, no Mark Andrews, and no Cortland Sutton.
Yeah, that is very true. I mean, he's still got fucking Patrick Mahomes though, so we'll see how that game goes.
Yeah, and he
But
went
he's
and
been
grabbed
kind of.
Fryermuth.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he did. Tight end. I didn't even see that.
Yeah, he had to put somebody in there, and he's been better lately. We'll see. They
Yeah.
got a tough matchup against Cleveland,
It's
but
weird.
yeah, he's kind of catching.
I'm not used to seeing Cash's line so filled. He usually hides his lineup for like the whole week
I
till the day
think
of.
after he got burnt on that one, he stopped playing
Yeah,
that game.
that's true.
So yeah, that's going to be an interesting one.
That should be a good
Ryan
one.
definitely has a good shot to get the upset because he's missing some of his top dogs there.
All
And
right, and
Mahomes
then
is wishy-washy.
we move to Justin. The scenario with Justin. So Justin's against who's Justin against this week? He's against Kreger.
Gregor.
Yeah.
So if he wins and then you and Cash lose, he gets the 1 seed. If he wins and one of you loses, he gets the 2 seed. If he
Mm.
loses, then the best he could do is third, but I could pass him. So he could conceivably be 1, 2, 3, or 4. Just like, just like three again.
Basically, I have a scenario. I have multiple scenarios. So me, Cash, and Justin so far have all scenarios to either go from 1 to 4,
One,
no matter
two,
what.
three, or 4.
That's crazy.
So let's
That's
take a peek
wild.
at him and Krager. Um, so he's got, they both hit with some buys and injuries, especially Justin, who's missing Jaden Daniels at quarterback.
Yeah,
That's a tough
that's
one.
a
He's gonna
tough
have.
blow too. That's a big blow because he's been on fire lately, man.
Oh yeah, after like a bit of a lull with the rib injury, last two
Yeah,
games, 28 points and 32 points.
yeah, he's been good, man. Jaden Daniels is he's really brought that Washington team up too, eh? Like,
Yeah,
damn.
yeah, they're good competitors. He won't get the chance to try to ruin someone else's day with Dalton Schultz because he's on a bye.
Yeah,
But poor Kreger, man, his boy Joe the Bro Mixon and Brian Robinson Jr. both on a bye. So
yeah. He's also
I
got
mean, he went
CJ
out and got.
Stroud on a bye, Pierce on a bye. He's got a lot of players on bye weeks.
Yeah, he ripped it. We went and got backup running backs, Charbonnet and Bigsby, to try to throw in this week. So I'm sure he'll get them in there. But yeah, he's really short-handed. He's gonna
Hey, maybe you
need
should pick up a new defense too. He's still got Sam Fran.
right?
Oh God.
Should I
You
just
never
like
know.
commissioner override and drop his defense so he doesn't have a choice to go back up and do it? Like
He's
just for
committed.
for the integrity of the league, man. Just go play a defense that can actually do something for you. Of
Yeah, that's wild. Man, week
course.
4, his San Fran's defense put up 22 points too.
Yeah, that's
That's
back
wild.
before
But
they all
since
got
then
hurt
they
and they were
haven't
good.
yeah, they haven't even done anything since. Like he's almost lost more points in the last 2 weeks than he's gained in the last 4 weeks. Oh, Kreger,
Yeah,
you need to get a new defense, buddy.
he does. He really does. And I know you think like, oh, they're playing the Bears, but the Bears just tore up the Lions in the second half of last week. So I'm not
Yeah,
confident that the 49ers are going to stop them.
no, no. And the Bears are like a pretty shit team this year, so
Yeah. So
we'll see,
we'll
man. We'll
see what
see. It'll be
happens there.
interesting. That is a
But
projected. The projected scores for this are rough because of those bye weeks right now. It's like
I
75
know,
points.
yeah,
That's the
they're both
lowest.
under 70, under like
Jeez.
76 points, right? They'll obviously
Crazy.
get a little bump once they fix their lineup, but Jesus. And yeah, Justin's kicker got hurt, which is, fucking weird to see kickers
Oh,
get banged up. But he's been
yeah.
really good too.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Damn, I didn't even
So he's
realize that. McPherson.
yeah, so he's gonna need a new kicker, which could be another thing to figure out.
Yeah.
So I mean, you got to lean Justin here just because he's got more of his players, but it's a weird week and anything could happen.
Yeah, I never doubt Krager, man. That guy always pulls something out of his ass.
That's
We'll
right.
see. We'll see.
Yeah, this will be the week that those two backup running backs both end up with a touchdown, right? It's like,
Oh, yeah. Yeah, crazy. Then we got you, man. You're against
so
Jay this week.
the mad
So this is another crazy
ma-
situation.
the madness continues, man. So if I win and you, Justin, and Cash all lose, I get 1 seed. If I win and two of you lose, I get the 2 seed. If I
Wow.
win and one of you loses, I get the 3 seed. And then if I lose or I win and everybody wins, I get the 4 seed.
So basically, this week is gonna fucking determine what
One
this
through
top four
four.
is looking like, which is
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah. So there's 2 buys completely up for grabs. And then there's the 3 and the 4 seed to determine whether you play the 5 or the 6 seed in your first round.
Wow, that's crazy.
Dude, I've never seen this. I've been in this,
I,
been playing for over a decade, and I've never seen the top four this like up for grabs this late in the year.
that's wild, man. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh man. So you're against Jay this week, and
Yay. And he went out and grabbed a couple of wise pickups, though. He went and
he
went
did.
after Isaac Garendo, who's taken off for McCaffrey and Jordan Mason there.
Yeah.
And then he also added your boy from the Vikings, Jordan Addison, who's boom bust kind of a guy. So
Yeah, he's kind of hit or miss. Like sometimes he'll like last week put up like 26 points for Teddy, but like or sorry, not last week. Not last week, but the week
2 weeks
before
ago.
that. Sorry. Yeah, 2 weeks
Yeah.
ago. But then yeah, he just does like I don't know. They haven't really been throwing the
Yeah,
ball that much though.
you look at the points, right? Like 21, 5, 8, 3,
Yeah.
13, 3, 13, 26, 7. Like it's just all
Hit
over
or
the
miss.
map, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
hit or miss.
It's a little terrifying because, he could have one of those 15 or 20 point weeks with a big long touchdown. But
Yep.
I'm hopeful that it'll be a bust week instead of a boom week. And
Yeah.
Garendo's a tricky one as well because, the 49ers have been playing like shit, but he has looked pretty
Yeah.
good when they've given him opportunities. So we'll see. The Bears defense is decent, but yeah, it's just going to come down to whether or not he gets a touchdown because I'm sure he'll end up with, 70, 80 yards. But
Yeah.
if he's under 100 yards and no touchdown, then I can live with it.
Yeah, and he's got Pittsburgh's D in again too.
Yeah, against
They had
Cleveland.
a, yeah, they had a good week last week for him,
They
which is
did. And
surprising because they let in 38 points too.
they've been pretty good. I mean, even giving up points to Cleveland a couple weeks ago and,
Yeah.
Baltimore, they've still been a consistent contributor there. So right now I've got your Vikings D against Mr. Kirk Cousins, who was throwing interceptions all over the place. Um,
Yeah, he is.
I feel decent about that, but I'm a little nervous, just like we talked about, because I got Bijan Robinson. So I'm like,
Yeah,
if Bijan has a good day, so there's a chance I'll pivot last minute, sort of like you talked about, game time decision, and just go grab a completely different defense. But we'll see
yeah,
for
it'll be
now.
interesting. Too bad
And
your
what's
Broncos
else?
aren't playing, man.
Yeah, I know, right? Right into the bye after that. I was like, ah, man,
Yeah,
I would have rode
crazy.
with them. What's interesting about our matchup is we don't have a single player playing on Thursday.
Oh wow, yeah. You have a lot. Oh yeah, I think all your games are on Sunday pretty much.
So this is crazy. So there's not a single player playing on Thursday. There's not a single player playing on Sunday night football, and there's him, Joe Burrow, on Monday night.
Wow.
So
Damn, that's crazy.
in those 2 afternoon games, all but one player will be playing.
And oh, dude, and that's not good for you because that's Joe Burrow, buddy.
I know.
I've
You've
you
lived
could
that tale.
yeah,
I
that's fucking
know.
deja vu right there.
I gotta be up like 40 points to feel comfortable. Like
Yeah,
anything less than like 35 points, and I'm like, fucking Burrow, I'm
yeah,
scared.
yeah. Joe Burrow, man, you never know when that guy's gonna go off. That'll
No,
be a
I
good
mean,
matchup
Jesus,
though.
you look
That'll be
at
a fun one to keep an eye on.
yeah, you look at his games, right? Like not so good last week against the toughest
Yeah,
defense, the Steelers, 20, but 29,
29.
33, 30. Had a couple of down weeks before that, but jeepers.
Yeah,
I don't know, man.
he can be scary.
Yeah.
That's gonna be a scary one. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah,
That's gonna be a good matchup. I'm gonna be following. I mean, I follow all of them, but I'm gonna be following that your matchup against Jay there. That'll be a fun one.
it's gonna be tight, man. It's gonna be, and I picked up Jerry Judy, and we'll see. I've got a couple of people I could put in the flex, but I saw him.
Hmm.
Obviously, he went off this week on Monday, and then he's had some good stretches here. And Jameis isn't just throwing the ball all over the place. A little nervous about him
Oh
going into Pittsburgh, but we'll see.
yeah. I don't know. It's gonna be a fun one, man.
Yeah,
This
yeah,
last
it's
week
just
is getting dicey. It's good.
because he's just got so many players that are so volatile. Like Harrison, he's so up and down. Evans is good, but sometimes he's really good. Brees
Hmm.
Hall's been so up and down. We talked about Addison and how he's boom bust. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, it's just one of those weeks where I'm like, his team could score like 85 points or like 130 points. I just have no idea.
Yeah, Jay is another one of those spoilers, man. Could ruin some people's weeks.
Yeah, it could.
Um, who else we got
So,
here? Oh, we got Kreger. So yeah, we talked about Justin and Kreger's matchup, but Kreger's in that fifth position.
so this is where it gets real fun again. So the top
Hmm.
four will be the top four, but we don't know the order yet. And then two people can get in as the 5 and 6 seed, but there's three teams that could get into those two spots. So Kreger, who's currently sitting in the 5 seed, after he won last week, Kreger can win to get in. If he wins, he'll have more wins than Ryan or Aaron, so he'll automatically be the 5 seed. If
Oh,
he
okay.
loses and Ryan or Aaron loses, then he'll finish as the 5 or 6 seed, depending on point total.
Yeah, see, that was that big matchup last week between who was it? Who played spoiler? I think it was Ryan. Oh yeah, Ryan. Ryan got spoiled by
Yeah,
Jay.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Damn.
So now it
Because
puts the pressure on.
that would have changed drastically because he would have been 7 and 6. So Kreger, he would have been on Kreger's heels.
He would have actually
He
been
kind of
ahead of
beat.
him because he
Yeah,
has
he would
more
have been ahead of him
points.
because point totals. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Damn,
um,
That's crazy.
yeah. Now, so that puts Kreger in a win and get in, or lose and hope that Ryan gets beat by Cash, or that Aaron gets beat by Don. And then for
Yeah.
Ryan, he can still win and get in because he has more points than Aaron. But if he loses, he needs Aaron to lose to get in.
Gotcha.
Because even if Kreger loses, he'll have the extra win. And so if Aaron wins and Ryan loses, then he'd get in. And so for Aaron, he needs to win, and then he needs one of Kreger or Ryan to lose, unless he
Yeah.
can gain 43 points on Ryan, because that's the point total that he's.
Yeah.
So,
That's that's a
yeah,
hunch, man. That's a
yeah.
fucking massive fucking leap.
So the odds of Ryan winning and him winning but him winning by 43 points more than Ryan wins are almost zero. So I mean, I think it's safe to say he needs Kreger or Ryan to lose and he has to win.
Jesus, yeah, that's wild. Yeah, it looks like Cash has pretty much got the point totals locked up.
Yeah.
He's got like 1,600 points, which is crazy.
Yeah. I mean, Justin's next. He would have to get 44 more than Cash this week to catch him.
Yeah,
Same like after that, it's me and I would have to get 60 more to catch him. You're
yeah, and then
only
me
13 behind me, so or no, 25 behind me.
25.
So in
Yeah,
theory, that's possible.
yeah,
And
me and
then
you are pretty
after you,
close, but after that, it drops
it's
off
a
pretty
huge
drastically.
drop off to Ryan, who's like 150 something points behind you.
Yeah, yeah, it's pretty crazy. Like
Yeah.
Aaron's actually got the points against. He's got the least amount of points against.
Yeah, he's had the easiest schedule and he's
That's
still putting
crazy.
up the least amount of points except for like Don and Brody.
Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah. No, I know his schedule's been pretty juicy. I've had the
Yeah.
toughest, I've had the second toughest schedule next to Brody.
Yeah, besides everyone below you, like you've got 48 moves. Like that's crazy. Like you've doubled up on everybody pretty much for moves. But like it's funny because like the top three, we have all of us 15, 16, and 9 moves. All have the least moves, and we're all pretty much have the exact same teams that we went in with, that we drafted. Sorry,
Yeah,
pretty wild.
pretty close. No trades for you or Cash, right? I'd made the one with
No,
Justin, but a lot of moves from me making trades and then dropping kickers and defenses and trying to find the formula. I think that's part of it is you found the Buffalo defense and you've been able to just ride that the whole year. And
yeah, I think
Justin
I
found the Eagles
because when they were on a
defense and
bye week, I think I picked up a random defense. I think I might have picked up like I can't even remember. I think it was like maybe the Lions or something random. Actually, I could probably check. What am I doing? So had a bye week in week 12, I believe.
yeah, it wasn't that long ago.
Let's see. Who did I pick up? I know I picked up a random defense. Oh, I picked up Washington's defense, and they only put up 4 points for me. That was a rough one.
Yeah. So you've been riding the Bills the whole year. Justin's
Yeah.
been riding the Eagles, and then Cash was riding the Ravens, I think, for most of it. But yeah, so I mean that's the other piece. And then you've had great luck with kickers, right? You were early, you were kind of
Oh yeah.
figuring it out, and then you landed on the Minnesota kicker there, Reichard, and you rode
Yeah,
him
and
for a long
so
time.
he was so good for so long, and then he just got hurt.
Bates,
And Bates has been a great though, man.
yeah,
He's steady, steady.
super steady. So we'll see. We'll see if they continue to be steady, but it's looking like that's been part of your stability is that defense and kicker combo. Because if you don't get like a decent amount of points from that, it's really hard to make the rest of it up in your roster.
Yeah, exactly. Like that week 12 where I had to pick. I think that was that was the Bills' bye week, man. I think that's the
Mm,
the week I lost to Cash. Like I had to
perfect.
put fucking like JJ, man. JJ put up 3 points for me that week. Like that,
Yeah,
I thought for sure he would have been going off, but like, holy fuck, man, that was brutal. I don't think I've ever seen JJ put up that least amount of points. Like it was rough.
he hasn't quite been what he looked like he was going to be when the year started, man. Because it was like
No,
13, 21, 17, 17, and then 12, 17, 15, and 18, and then like 7, 11, 3, 13. The last
yeah,
four or
man,
5 weeks, the
6.
whole offense is just, I mean, you look at it 12 points, 23, 30, 23. Just kind of haven't hit their stride the same way they were early in the year.
Yeah, yeah. Sam Darnold needs to throw the fucking ball to him, man.
And
Ugh.
again, and again, and again.
Yeah, man. Honestly, the more touches he gets, the better he gets, man. Like he's such a dynamic player.
Yes.
But
Yeah. He's
yeah,
been
like
great.
this playoff picture, man, this is looking crazy. This is
It's
this is
wild,
gonna be a
man.
fun week to pay attention to.
I know. Yeah. I mean, you only got three teams eliminated, but they all have a chance to play spoiler, right? Don can ruin
Yeah,
Aaron. Jay can ruin me. Brody can ruin you. Like, It's, you know,
Yeah, the
even though,
bottom four, man, could really fuck the top four here,
yeah, yeah,
which is
that's the
crazy.
thing, right? So many things had to happen for this to be crazy. It's like the four of us have to all be within striking distance of each other,
Yeah.
and then the four of us can't play each other. So like there's only
Yeah.
five matchups
True.
every week. And so the odds of the four of us not being in any of the same matchups, it's like, it's 20% basically. Like there's just
Yeah.
like, just even less than. But yeah, the fact that none of us play each other and we can all catch each other is just craziness.
Yeah, this is gonna be a fun week to pay attention to, man. Like,
Yeah.
I hope Ryan beats Cash. I'm not gonna lie. Fuck Cash for beating me the
Yeah.
other week.
Get him out of here.
Yeah, get him out of here.
Yeah. He
Um,
came to PEI and stole all the luck from Dawn and beat her.
yeah, that's true. Oh yeah, how was that, by the way?
That was awesome, man. That
Yeah,
was
it must
fun
have been a
to
fun time.
have him over and spend some time hanging out with him and Aaron and chilling, having some drinks, playing some pool. It was a good time.
Yep, that's good, man. Yeah, we got to. I think me, Krieger, and Cash still got to get together and do one of our Sunday night football meetups
Yeah,
there. We haven't decided when yet, but it's probably gonna be playoff time at some point. The
yeah.
holiday season's coming up and shit, right? So we'll see.
It's crazy, man. We got this week and then we got 3 weeks of fantasy playoffs and that's it. Like, and then one more
Yeah,
week of football after that. So there's only 5 weeks of NFL football before playoffs start.
that's wild. That's actually
Yeah.
crazy. I'm yeah, man. I'm honestly AFC. I want to see the Bills fucking take out fucking Mahomes, man. Fuck that
Yeah.
guy.
Get the Chiefs out of here, man.
Yeah, get them out of here. You know it's gonna be one of those fucking Cinderella stories where the Chiefs just fucking somehow make it to the finals again, and I'm so sick of hearing about Patrick Mahomes.
Me too. Me too.
Yeah. But anyways, this is gonna be a fucking cool week to see how these standings change, man.
I can't wait, man.
Oh,
It's gonna be wild. Uh,
another stat actually. I think every team has been in the loser of the week except mine.
hmm.
I just went through that actually the other day and I was like, I don't see my name up here, but I think I see everyone else's name almost.
I can pull it. I think it might be you and Justin.
Yeah, me and Justin. I don't think we've been
You and
there.
Justin. Yeah. 8 out of the 10 teams, and only six
That is
different
wild.
teams have had a champ of the week, and only three teams have done it more than once, and that was Justin 4 times, Cash 4 times, and Aaron twice. You, me, and
Yeah.
Brody have all done it once.
Yeah, I think mine came in like week one. So like I haven't been champ of the week in a long ass time. It's been a while.
Yeah, I was week 2 against Brody.
Yeah, yeah,
So
there we go. Yeah, there we go.
we're due.
Jay, loser of the week
Hey, you
four
know what?
times.
That's okay though, because you know when you want your champ of the weeks, you want him in the playoffs.
Oh yeah, 100%, man.
Yeah,
That's gonna be
I'm
good.
okay if I don't get any until next week when the playoffs get going.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, so how is the playoff format? How does that working then?
Yeah,
So how does that
so
work?
the 1 seed and the 2 seed don't play next week. So you'll just
Oh,
uh
okay.
we'll talk about it when we talk into next week. But one of the weirdest things you can do is get a bye and then you sit there and you see all your players playing and you don't know really what to do because you're like, if they have a really
Mm,
good week, you're kind of like, I kind of wish I was playing this week. I could have used them, or wish they had a good week next week. Then if they have a
yeah,
down week, you're like, well, I'm glad it didn't happen when I was playing them. But then you're like, can I play them next week? And then the one
yeah,
thing that you're ultimately cheering for is nobody better fucking get injured while I'm on my bye week.
that's very true. Yeah, last thing I fucking want is goddamn Josh Allen getting fucked. Oh my
Yeah.
god, that'd be screwed.
Like you're
Knock on
sitting on a
wood.
bye week, all gravy that you don't have to worry about trying to win, and then one of your key players gets hurt, and you're like, "Damn it!" That's
Jesus.
yeah. So bye weeks are a bit of a weird dynamic, but
Hmm.
yeah, two teams will sit out. They'll just watch everybody else battle each other. The 3 seed will play the 6 seed. The 4 seed will play the 5 seed, and then those two
Okay.
winners will meet the 1 and 2 seed. And then in the
Okay.
bottom, 7 will play 10 and 8 will play 9. and the
That's for
two
the blue ball
losers,
trophy, right?
yeah, so the two
Yeah.
losers will play each other, and whoever loses that gets the blue balls trophy.
Oh, I'm so glad I'm not going to be down there.
No, no,
No,
no,
that's good. That's good.
yeah. So,
So these picks, because this is a keeper league, right?
yes, you can keep up to
Okay.
3 players.
So up to 3 players. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, so we'll talk more about that as we come near the off season, but
Yeah.
everybody will get to make a decision. I'll set a keeper deadline. I usually set it like mid-July, and people
Okay,
will
sweet.
have to submit their keepers to me, and then I'll publicize by dropping all the players off of their roster they didn't keep, and then everybody will know who's available when we go into draft season in August.
All right, sweet. I think I already
Yeah,
know who my 3 keepers are anyway, but
yeah,
we'll see. We'll see.
yeah. You never know between now and the end of the season, injuries or something happens, or off season somebody changes teams. You get till
Yeah.
July to decide, just so we can get through all the off-season trades and the draft and stuff, right?
Yeah, that's gonna be good. That is gonna be good.
All right, let's wrap up with the Thursday night pick. So we got the Lions versus the Packers this week in Detroit. This is going to be a
Uh,
good game, man.
this is gonna be good, but honestly, I'm going with the Lions, man. They've been on
Yeah,
fire this year. They have just been so good, and
so
I
good.
hate to say it, but damn, they've really fucking came alive this season. They're like the only team that put up like 50 plus points in like 3 weeks, man. It
Twice.
was
Yeah,
insane. Or
that's
twice, yeah. Like what the
fine.
fuck is that?
Yeah,
I don't see our teams putting up fucking 50 points. Like Jesus.
no, no.
They've already done it
My team
twice.
had 2 pick sixes and barely got to 40. Like,
Yeah, like Jesus. Insane, man.
yeah,
Yeah,
no,
I'm going with
they're
definitely going with the Lions.
yeah, I lean that way too. I do think that because the Lions had a bunch of defensive players get hurt last week, I think that this one could be really high scoring because I don't think they're going to be able to shut Green Bay's offense down.
Yeah, 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 that's true. Someone's got Justin, or sorry, someone's got Jordan Love too. I think they're not playing them now.
Ryan's
Oh, okay,
both
yeah,
quarterbacks in that game, man. He's got Goff and Love. He's going to have to pick one.
yeah, that's gonna be interesting. That's gonna be an
Yeah,
interesting.
yeah. All right, my man. Well, thanks again for popping on.
Yes,
To
sir.
everyone out
Anytime.
there, clear eyes,
Yep.
full
Big ass
heart,
water. Can't
can't
lose.
lose.